Our lives are nothing but a sorry tale of someone who has always been disturbed, displaced, vacillating, suffering. And that has continuously been happening. Continuously. Not for a moment has one been restful. Even if one has found a little peace, it has only been relative to one's otherwise deeply restive state. When disturbance drops a little, we celebrate it as stillness, peace, calmness. But we take not one moment in quickly proclaiming that I am the untouched seer, I am the absolute self. Will we ever look at how we are living? But then, on closer inspection, it is no surprise either. One says, Maya is just a concept, ego is just a concept. I do not know whether they are a concept. What I know is that your face is the face of Maya. Maybe you too are a concept. Maybe Ravi, Ramesh, Suresh, all are just concepts. What is Maya? Your unmitigated suffering is Maya. There is no proof of anything except one's own inner honesty. If you come and make a loud claim that you are contented, never disturbed, never threatened, fine. Your claim will be accepted. To each his own. Gross self-deception. You say things are just happening. There is no dance of Prakriti. Does that not stir you up? Does that not cast its bewildering shadow upon you? No, we do not know what is the relation between Prakriti and Purush. Keep that aside, totally aside. You tell me, what is the relation between you and money? What is the relation between you and sex? What is the relation between you and greed? What is the relation between you and food? What is the relation between you and knowledge and you and ignorance? It is coming straight from your life, from your honesty. And yes, Maya is a concept. Prakriti is a concept. There is no doubt about it. But then, apply a little more intelligence and see that you too are a concept. Take your name and tell me, what is that? Is that not a concept? You'll say, no, I am a fact because I can touch myself, experience myself. If you are a fact, then when you are running towards the market or towards glory or towards sexual gratification, then the fact that is you is called Maya. Now Maya too is a fact. These are surely pointers, but they point to something very, very definite. You say grass. Is grass not a concept? Is grass green? G-R-A-S-S. Is G-R-A-S-S green? No. But nevertheless, G-R-A-S-S is a pointer towards something that is indeed there. Not only there, but there to be experienced, lived, and quite green. Maya is just a play of words. But sorrow and suffering and humiliation and greed and arousal, those you would not call as play of words. You live in them, don't you? Don't you? Take a dirty shortcut. Just say Maya does not exist. It's a dirty shortcut indeed. Don't try that. And never, never must you call yourself as the untouched, unblemished, eternal, infinite Atman. Because you are not that. 100 times I have repeated to you. You are the one greatly identified with Prakriti. You are the one greatly identified with your body, your clothes, your conditioning, your girlfriend, your society, your profession. If you say Atma does not exist, Maya exists, you are just accurate. And that is what you should say. No Atma exists, only Maya exists, because that is your honest description of your condition. No Atma exists for you, only Maya, only Maya. But indeed, and instead, you turn around the whole thing and say, no, only the Atma exists and I am the Atma. And Maya, she She is merely a concept. You are living Maya, you are eating Maya, you are running Maya, you are breathing Maya. You are seeing Maya. You are thinking Maya. You are nothing but Maya personified. And you are saying it is a concept. And then you are saying, what is the proof of Maya? You are the proof of Maya. Look at your face in the mirror. That face is the proof of Maya. You call your face as your face, right? The face that stares back at you. You are quick to label that as my face. That is the proof that Prakriti has ensnared you, trapped you. There are so many roaming around who talk of Maya as if she is something distant. And there are so many roaming around who talk of Atma as if it is something intimate. I repeat to you, Maya is intimate and Atma is just a concept. Because Atma that really is cannot be talked of. The moment you talk of Atma, you have reduced it to a concept. So if there is something that is a concept, it is Atma. You better not call yourself as the truth or Brahm or Atma or the pure self. Please understand, your crawling is real and that is Maya. You are always in her control and arrest. And the sky lotuses that you keep talking of, enlightenment, liberation, Purush, Atma, they are beyond reach. The absolute cannot be attained. But without the blessings of the absolute, how did relative progress happen? Even your relative progress is proof enough that the absolute does exist. That does not mean that one day you will be able to rise up to the absolute and capture it. The proof of the absolute is your relative progress. Now I leave it to your subtle intelligence to appreciate whether the Atman exists or not.